And how does a person have to be burned by a muzzle flash? Less than 3 meters, I would say. 5 at the very most. Then there is no chance that there was a rogue sniper from the rooftops. The Croque Monsieur's killer was standing in Rue de Marmoset themselves. As is plainly evident, only one person was found in Rue de Marmoset at the time of the incident. Prosecutor Cocorico. Well said, madam. I think you just unequivocally proved this bird's guilt. Not so fast. I would like to cross-examine the witness. I don't think so. You're overstepping your bound, bird. Let the lawyer try, Remus. When he fails, there will be absolutely no doubt to anyone in this room that Cocorico is nothing but a bloodthirsty murderer. Examination get... Let's talk about... Well, wait. Double-barreled turnover pistol. I feel like the double barrel is important. But instead, we're going to go with the chest. Fontaine, you say that the Croque Monsieur was shot at the chest at a straight-on angle. Is it at all possible that the bullet reflected, bounced off a piece of metal, perhaps? Well, that sort of thing can happen. I've heard of soldiers getting shot in the back from bullets deflecting off cannons and debris and whatnot. So it could have happened here. Well, Falcon, are you saying you actually know that the bullet reflected off something, or are you just speculating? It is a realistic possibility. Perhaps the Croque Monsieur shot first, and the bullet reflected off the wall behind Cocorico. Or maybe someone else was standing down the alleyway, and they took a careful aimed bounce shot to frame Cocorico. Ridiculous. Even the best gunman in the world wouldn't be able to do such a thing. Agreed, not to mention that the theory is at odds with the rest of our established evidence. If either of these stories were true, what singed Croque Monsieur's clothing? I don't know. Of course you don't. Falcon, maybe... Alright, May I have a diagram? Yeah, let's do that. Dramatic forensic recreation. Or possibly recreation. No, you can't have a diagram, you bloody idiots. I do not have the patience to withdraw your lines on the chalkboard to work out the location of a mythical second shooter. Use your heads. Right, of course. No, never mind. Let's try it. Fontaine, you asked about the Croque Monsieur's turnover pistol. You were about to say something about the gun's ammunition before Madame Beaumont cut you off. Could you give us the details? Oh, great. Hey, oh, great. Now he'll never stop talking. I'm glad you asked, Falcon. See, as you probably know, most bullets are small, round lead balls, right? But that's not the case here. This particular weapon used an advanced iron-tipped, aerodynamic, carefully grooved... Actually, it would be quicker to show you. Take a good look. This is an iron-tipped mini-ball. That looks familiar. I wonder what item we're going to be using to check for this. It's a very rare top-of-the-line technology. Before last night, I had never seen one of these in person before. Like I said before, Croque Monsieur was a legendary arms dealer. It only makes sense that he would have access to a latest weaponry. Where did you find this bullet, Fontaine? In the turnover pistol chamber. Mini-ball has been added to the evidence folder. Hold on, I'm confused. I thought Croque Monsieur fired his gun. So now it's possible that the gun was still loaded after with a bullet. A turnover pistol is double-barreled, which means you can hold 2 bullets at once, ready to be fired in quick succession. Ah, I see. The croque monsieur fired one bullet, but died before he can fire a second. I trust you have no more questions about this matter, Falcon. We've already wasted enough time. Not yet. Where is the other bullet? What other bullet? The fired mini-ball. There were 2 shots that night, remember? One from the assailant and one from the crocodile. I scoured the scene for a couple minutes but couldn't find it. It's a pity. It would have been great to have 2 of these magnificent bullets. Madame Bernard, did anyone find the fired mini-ball in Kakariko's body? In his body? You're asking if Kakariko was wounded by the bullet? No, that much is plain to see. So again, I must ask, where is the fired mini-ball? Well, I don't have any clue. What are you trying to get at, Falcon? Isn't it obvious? If the bullet wasn't embedded in the alleyway wall, and it wasn't embedded in Kakariko, then that means... It hit the murderer. The real murderer. It must still be embedded in whoever attacked Croque Monsieur. A ludicrous notion. It makes perfect sense. The double-barreled turnover gun. The missing bullet. Fine, let's humor you. Let's say that bullet did indeed hit the real perpetrator. What of it? Well, it's only been a few hours since the shooting. Presumably, the person would still have the bullet lodged in them. Find the person with the unique iron mini-ball embedded in them, and you'll find the real murderer. That's reasonable, but we don't have time nor resources to search every citizen in Paris to uncover an injured gunman. You don't have to search everyone in Paris. I believe the murderer to be someone in this very room. Oh, you think we have a traitor on our ranks? I do. This was obviously a planned attack. Someone invited Kakariko and the Croque Monsieur to the same place at the same time in order to create a setup. Only someone with a rebel's connection could engineer such an event. This is ridiculous. Are you really saying that someone in this room was shot last night? That's clearly untrue. A bullet wound can be concealed. Perhaps if you all were to take off your shirts? No, not having everyone in this room stripped down to their knickers just to cater your outrageous theory and fantasies. If you cannot think of a more reasonable way to prove your stray bullet theory, then we have to end this trial here and now. Oh, goody. Well, luckily I did the sub-event. A more reasonable way? I have a more reasonable way. What are you thinking, Falcon? Through science? Isn't it obvious? We have the perfect way to uncover whether someone has been shot. It's a genuine solution. The Explorer. ... Are you serious, Falcon? You're relying on the invention of a lunatic? I've never been more serious. Madame Beaumont, Frere Remus, and members of the court, this device is called an Explorer Extractor. The latest in medical technology. It looks like a children's toy. I assure you it is no toy. It was designed to find and extract metal embedded in bodies. A battlefield bullet finder and remover, if you will. I'm intrigued. If you're saying that you just swing this device around and it finds a bullet in a person? Yes, sort of. I don't know. We haven't had a chance to practice with it, really. Madame, these birds are playing you for a fool. There's no way that such a device exists. We have seen this device work with our own eyes. Sparrowson shall demonstrate. But me? Although, he will need something to demonstrate it on. Oh, the bullet. Here we have an iron-tipped mini-ball. It's presented by Fontaine moments ago. Observe. I place the bullet in my closed fist. It now represents the fired bullet that is currently embedded in my murderer's body. Allegedly. Now, Sparrowson will demonstrate what happens when my hand is scanned with the Explorer Extractor device. Do not extract. So I just do this and... It's humming and buzzing. Is it really detecting that bullet? Absolutely. What an intriguing device. Hey, what would happen if I were to hit extract right now? Please don't. You remember what happened to the steak, right? My. What is this feeling? It feels like I'm about to get a raise of power. Don't let it get to your head. Okay, I'm convinced. Falcon, Sparrowson, you may perform a cursory scan of each of us with that device of yours. You must stop humoring these morons, madam. What good is doing this to us? Remus, they may be morons, but this test will grant us a certainty of the rooster's fate. I can afford that time. Hey, Falcon, what happens if the murderer is someone not present in this room? Most likely isn't. What? I'm stalling. Falcon! Get a move on, you two. I must really express my displeasure that you are going along with this farce, Madame Beaumont. Especially since I'm looking very sus right now. Let us end this trial right here and now. We can get the justice you so crave. Don't worry, Remus. My patience for this bird brain is wearing thin too. When this asinine scheme of his fails, he will face the consequences. Lackey Bird, scan the rooster first. He is the prime suspect, after all. Okay. Scan. I'm not getting any reaction. That means there's probably no bullet lodged in Kakariko. So he's innocent for sure. No. All it means is the bird was not shot by the hypothetical bullet. Don't forget, this is all speculation on Falcon's part. Madam, I must insist that you end this. It's a fool's errand. We have other matters to attend to. Keep that thing away from me. Remus, let me worry about our time management. Piero, you go next. Alright, let's get this over with. I hope those are wooden buttons. No reaction. That means Piero wasn't shot either. No surprises there, right guys? Let's see. Next we shall test... Madam, I implore you. You're being awfully lippy, Remus. Why don't you go next? Me? This is really not necessary, madam. I don't want to participate in this ridiculous child's game. This is no game. I am issuing you an order to cooperate. I refuse. Aha. I'm calling a meeting. Let's vote. Piero, please restrain Remus. With pleasure, ma'am. What are you doing? Keep your talons off me from the 3 feet away. I will not be manhandled by... Ow! Stop that! You're making a mistake. Madam, think a little harder. I have an alibi. I was with you all evening. Sparrowson, do the test. Hop. Falcon? I'm not getting a reaction. That can't be right. Do it again. There's nothing. Rear Remus has not been shot as far as this device can tell. The utter nerve to manhandle a man of the cloth like that. As I said on the floor, Madame, I was with you and Fontaine for the entire evening. I could not possibly be in 2 places at once. It's true. You were sitting in my line of sight exactly when the murder was supposed to have taken place. As was I. Right. Fontaine was sitting with us too, so that rules him out. And I know that I didn't perform the murder, obviously. Which means that every suspect has been accounted for. Go sit down, lackey. Your job is done. Oh boy. You realize what this means, don't you, Falcon? Your little test failed. Your hypothetical bullet theory turned out to be an unsubstantiated speculation. Your guesswork. Shall we end the trial, madam? Wait. There must be someone we're not accounting for. I just know it. There's someone else who could have been the shooter. Could it be the brother? Oh, nope, that's not him. Monsieur. Wait a second. Oh, wait, there he is. Friar Remus, how is your brother, the man named Romulus? Your brother? He was forced to flee the country by a repressive government. You and I know that isn't true. Your brother is still in France. In fact, I think he's lurking in these very catacombs right now. That is an absurd notion. Your theories are getting more and more outlandish, Falcon. Where is your evidence? Oh, I know. I can answer this one. I found this in the catacomb tunnel. An introductory guide to the cult of reason? Thank you, Sparrowson. Now, Friar Remus, does this pamphlet look familiar to you? No, never seen it before in my life. Are you sure? Are you sure it doesn't belong to your brother Romulus? No. There are many cultists in Paris. Maybe this belongs to one of them. Huh? Can you prove that? Can you prove it? Huh? 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 Falcon, I take your word that your lackey found this pamphlet in the catacombs. But Remus is right. You have no evidence that this man known as Romulus is the one who dropped it. This pamphlet could have been dropped by anyone. It could have been dragged in on the sole of Pierrot's shoe, for all I know. Wouldn't be the first time. Actually, madam, I know for a fact that this pamphlet belonged to Romulus, and I can prove it. One it's signed. A little while ago, while visiting the Louvre, I saw a man who looked very much like Romulus handing out pamphlets. As you can see, the pamphlet from the Louvre is identical to the pamphlet from the catacombs, except for one important detail. Romulus signed the Louvre pamphlet himself. No way! My brother wouldn't do something so foolish. Do you see, right here, on the cover page? That is Romulus's signature. I admire your tenacity, Falcon, but something is blatantly wrong with this evidence. We know that that the brother of Friar Remus is named Romulus, but this Louvre pamphlet is signed Silvius. That's not an anagram. Clearly an alias. Romulus is on the run from the police, so he must have changed his identity. A plausible theory, but unsubstantiated. How do we know that this pamphlet was signed by Remus's brother? With the pen. This fountain pen. Hey, where did you get that? Is that my brother or is it mine? Wow, Remus, your mouth is almost as big as Romulus's. Anyway, I believe it's yours, Sparrowson. It's yours. Sparrowson happened to find this pen in your robes just a few days ago. Me stole it. Let's not argue over semantics. What's important is that you just admitted is that you and your brother both owned pens just like this one. See, the pens are unique in that they contain green ink, a very unusual choice in ink color. And very evil choice too. Well, yes, but more importantly, it's the same ink that was used on the signed pamphlet. Since there are only two pens, there are only two possibilities. Either Friar Remus has been signing off on atheists, cultist propaganda. I would never do such a thing. Or his brother has been using his identical pen to sign cultist propaganda, the same type that was found in these catacombs. Possible. My clumsy oaf of a brother lost his pen a week ago. Oh, so then its only explanation is that you lent him your own. No. You see, it doesn't matter how you cut it, Friar. One way or another, you and your brother are tied to this cultist pamphlet. Admit it. Confess. Say you did it. You did it. Falcon, enough. You've made your point. You are asserting that the friar's pen ties him to the cult's pamphlet. I get it. This is all tenacious. When you say, madam? No, it's not even D. Falcon has suggested a theory that hinges upon a theory that hinges upon yet another theory. It is not hard proof by any measure. He may very well be wrong, but at least he is logical. His theory is self-consistent. What are you saying, madam? Falcon, where did you say you found this leaflet? The unsigned one, that is. Oh, down the catacombs tunnel through the fork on the left-hand side. Fontaine, Pierrot, go see if you can find anyone dawdling where they shouldn't be. Yes, madam. Yeah, ma'am. So, you read anything interesting lately? Want me to talk about my D&D characters? In a moment, one of two things will happen. Either Piero and Fontaine will return empty-handed, in which case I'll have no choice but to execute Cocorico. And then I would have to execute you, Falcon, and you, Sparrowson. Us? Not because of what you've seen tonight, although that's admittedly a problem, but because your lies would be treasonous to our new republic. I didn't sign up for this. Thank you all for watching. You're welcome to come see me record these episodes live at twitch.tv/SuperBunnyBun. You can also say hi on Blue Sky at SuperBunnyBun. But most importantly, I'd really appreciate it if you could like yourself, comment about how awesome you are, and subscribe to Happy Thoughts. And until next time, stay spicy and huggable. Bye!